What did the two guys get as far as sentencing for chopping down that tree that was older than you? Oh, God, yeah. Let's look that up. Let's look that up, actually. I remember that. I want to get the facts right. Let's look it up. Somewhere in the UK, yeah. So, where was it? Yeah, here we go. Right. So it was the Sycamore Gap Tree, I think it was. God. Right, let's oh God, this is BBC. I don't really support the BBC anymore, but it's the first article that came up. Okay. Let's go to this screen. Okay. I can't get enough BBC. Oh God. 2 men have been convicted of chopping down the Sycamore Gap Tree, which once stood in a dip next to Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland. It was an incredibly popular landmark. What happened to it and why was it beloved? So how old did they say it was? It was like an incredibly old tree. Big black chickens. What? Rick. On the morning of 28 September, news spread that the tree had been chopped down overnight. A police investigation was Let's get this. I'm just going to do my news reader voice. Here we go. On the morning of 28th September 2023, news spread that the tree had been chopped down overnight. A police investigation was launched, and forensics officers were sent to take measurements and samples from the remains. One was heard saying, "In 31 years of forensics, I've never examined a tree." God. You did it deliberately, didn't you, Gunkle? You did it deliberately. I don't even care about this story. Right, so these are the people responsible. These people are hardened thugs. They chopped down that old tree. They chopped it down with their bare hands. I do like this song as well, actually. Yeah, I quite like this playlist. So they were a 20-mile-minute walk from the tree. Okay, this is how experts say a wedge of wood came from the tree and was. The cost of repairing 2 stones on the wall was put at fuck's sake. 1,140. Oh God, how did people react at the time? I remember. I went into work the next day, and I heard something briefly on the news. Like, you hear these like sound bites on the news of like, oh, a tree from Northumberland was chopped down. It's the oldest tree and blah, blah, blah. I went into work the next day. I kid you not. The whole office were talking about this tree and how these 2 people should be locked away. Throw away the key. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't get involved. But the person that sat next to me at the time, who is one of my best friends, I was like, who actually gives a fuck about a tree? It's a fucking tree. Like, on the grand scheme of things, I wish they could, I wish they could get that angry about other things that we should care about rather than a fucking tree. Right, oh God, they've even got a map of where the sycamore tree is. Okay, this is almost as bad as that one time a streamer played. Oh, I accidentally done that. Oh shit, hang on, need to put the music back on. I accidentally turned it off. Did I accidentally change the song? This is almost as bad as that time when a streamer, I don't know who it is, God, started playing a game about poop. Like, this is almost as bad as that. Oh, it's the North. Rick doesn't care. Yeah, Rick is very Northphobic. Bloody Northerners. I just, like, look at this. Like, can we zoom in here? Can we zoom in? This many people over a fucking tree and a wall. Over a fucking tree. 8 new shoots have emerged from the stump. Also, it's raising hopes that the original tree will regrow. God. Thank Christ for that. God, holiness. Thank you. Probably costs more to bring in the crane and stuff than the damage caused. The National Trust manager, Andrew Pode, said the stump was healthy and they might be able to piece the tree. I don't even know what that word means. In a bid to restore hope was blah. I still. They've got a fucking plaque on the tree. They've got a fucking plaque on the tree. This tree once stood here. This was older than my great-great-great-great-grandmother. This tree. The 2 stones that were damaged, that were picked up from the ground 359 years ago and placed on the wall. God. Thank you for that. Rick is our international correspondent with the stones. People were keen to lend a helping hand. A fundraising site was set up with more than £4,000 donated to help improve and rejuvenate the area around the stump. Should we have more streams like this where we read ridiculous news stories? Money laundering, 4,000 quid for the plaque. The National Trust advised people to treat the stump with respect and encourage people to share their ideas. Carrie Page and Christine Hopper paid homage to the tree with this positive postbox topper. Tommy's about to drive up there and piss on the Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Can you imagine the mayhem? TommyGLive, local resident from miles away, drove up to the tree and just decided to take a leak. How disrespectful. There were also suggestions about what to do with the remaining wood. I'll suggest what to do. Local resident from the other side of the country. The High Sheriff of Northumberland, Diana Barks, suggested something could be created from it for people to come and remember the tree and remember their loved ones. Sorry, but fucking hell. So much light. We need to tone down the light. I'm sorry, but the tree and their loved ones. Make the wood into a communal dildo so the town can go fuck themselves. I'm going to pin that. I'm pinning that. Pinning that. There we go. Thousands of ideas have been sent to officials, including turning the trunk into benches or sculptures. But if they did that, then the healthy shoots that have been shooting from the stump, it won't turn into a tree. Elsewhere, other projects are benefiting from the loss. In North Yorkshire, artist Lucy Pittaway, who painted the Sycamore Gap Tree, planted trees at the Swinton estate for every print copy she sells. Oh my god. Can it get even worse? Hoping a new woodland would revive the area. Get in touch. There's a contact form. You can get in touch. Okay. Here we go. Only splinters for the first few, disease for the others, I guess. But don't sand it. Splinters for the lot. Yeah. Serious news voice here because this is about a crime. I won't have anybody disrespect the Sycamore Gap Tree. 2 men have been found guilty of the mindless destruction of the world-famous Sycamore Gap Tree, the felling of which sparked international outrage. That Guncle and Rick at the other side of the world, they were furious. They were angry. Oh, if I could tell you how angry they were. I was asleep. The tree had grown in a dip on Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland for more than 100 years. It's only 100 years. Isn't that how long it takes a tree to grow to its full? Okay, I was frosting bread. Is this politics hour? What did I miss? Mocha, are you as outraged as Rick and Guncle are at the felling of this 100-year-old tree in Northumberland? Tommy chopped down a tree while he was drunk and we're laughing at the pair he raised. 100 years before it was cut down in a moronic mission. Morons. That's what we're calling them, these pair of hooligans. Morons. In the early hours of 28th September 2023, Newcastle Crown Court heard. They're naming and shaming them, guys. Daniel Graham, 39, from Carlisle, and Adam Caruthers, 32, from Wigton in Cumbria, were both convicted of 2 counts of criminal damage. So rightly they should have, yes. Honestly, I just asked how long these guys are sentenced to this. I'm like a whole thing. Prosecutors said the pair carried out the mindless thuggery against the tree. Fucking thugs. I got to stop swearing because of next door. I blame you guys. I blame Guncle. As a bit of a laugh. They thought it was a bit of a laugh when it was just mindless thuggery. But when they realised the public's fury, they were too cowardly to confess. Cowardless, moronic thugs. You can see the anger in my eyes. The anger. I blame your bitch, David. Oh god, I think I could. Yeah. Jurors took about 5 hours to reach their verdicts, with both men remanded into custody for their own protection ahead of sentencing on 15th of July. They've even got a page, Verdict Day as it happened. As it happened. We're not going to read that. I know some people might want me to read it, but even I am not going to be that. Oh my god, how a ranger alerted the world to the felling. What rabbit hole have we sunk into? I would have thought you guys would have learned. You should have learned by now. Just for the... I'm sorry, everyone. Who was it that suggested that game? Somebody suggested the poop game as a bit of a laugh. And I ended up playing it for 40 minutes. Gunkle suggested a ridiculous news article. And I'm probably going to be speaking about it for 40 minutes. You should get genital jousting. I want to know how the park ranger alerted the world. We will get to the sentencing. The sentencing is going to be our dramatic conclusion, by the way, guys. No, we won't. It was Z. Yes, it was Z. Yes. We need a Hall of Fame for people that bring up ridiculous bits to the stream that I run on for about an hour. And we should have a vote at the end of the year of what should we call it though? We need to call it something like biggest waste of time. Biggest time waster of the year. That's what it is. So at the moment, Z and Gunkle, Tommy Spiles, Z and Gunkle are both contenders for the biggest time waster of the year, 2025. Chief Chaos Coordinator. I love that. Oh man, I fucking love that. I'm gonna have to write that down. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna have to write that down. ChatGPT. I need to go to my stream notes. This is serious now. I need to go to my stream notes. Gunkle for CCC. I want to have an annual award for Chief Chaos Coordinator this is where I struggle to spell the word coordinator of the year. Everybody that suggests a ridiculous and irrelevant game or news story that Tom spends half the stream going on about for a laugh. Also to destroy people's minds, will be nominated for an award at the end of the year. So far, we have Z for a game called Boop. I feel like I'm having a child's book read to me by the child. And Gunkle for the news story about a Sycamore Gap Tree in Northumberland. Okay, there we go. I asked about their sentence. I asked about... Okay. Excellent concept. Very on brand for your TommyGLive chaotic community vibe. Even ChatGPT knows what I'm like. Let's help you formalise the Chief Chaos Coordinator of the Year award with an official description, example nomination list, a fun rules and criteria list to share with viewers. Chief Chaos official description. Okay. Each year, we crown the viewer who best embodies the spirit of chaotic suggestions Every time you throw out a ridiculous game or absurd news story that derails stream for half an hour just for a laugh, you get a nomination. At the end of the year, we hold a vote to decide the winner. Who will be the ultimate agent of chaos? Okay. How to nominate someone for your chat Discord. Suggest a game or news story on stream or in Discord that's so off topic or weird it distracts Tom for ages. If it succeeds in causing maximum derailment, you'll get an official nomination. Okay, now we've got the example rules and criteria. Do you like coordinator or collaborator? I don't know, actually. Both could work. I'm going to go with coordinator. I feel coordinators are better because collaborator is like... Coordinator is like you coordinated the derailment, which I find better. Collaborator is like just like, oh, they got involved with the derailment, which isn't quite right. So I say coordinator. Okay, the rules and criteria. Must be wildly off-topic or irrelevant. I mean... I guess I absolutely did not coordinate this mess. You did, Gunkle. Whether you like to admit it or not, you did. Most successfully caused Tom to rant, explore, or obsess for at least 5 minutes. We're gonna add. I'm gonna. It needs to be longer than 5 minutes. I'm gonna say half an hour. If it let's say 20 minutes. If it reaches 20 minutes. So let's put that in now. Change the obsess over period for 20 minutes of Tom feels like 20 months for 20 minutes. I might change that to like half an hour eventually. Okay. Any viewer can earn multiple nominations throughout the year. Voting takes place in December to pick the winner. Okay, so here's the nomination list as it stands. Nominee, Z. Suggestion type, game. And the game was Poop, a forced half-hour analysis of poop physics. And that's not quite right, but I will change it after stream. You'll forget about this next... Oh, no, I won't. Oh, no, I won't, Rick. I'll have you know, ChatGPT reminds me of absolutely everything. Gunkle, news story. Sycamore Gap Tree in Northumberland, emotional sidetrack. It's not quite emotional. Actually, no. There was a lot of emotional in the story. There was. Voting suggestion, compile your top 5 to 10 nominees, make a Twitch poll or Discord vote, announce it live on stream with fanfare and possibly a silly digital certificate. Well, I'm feeling a range of emotions at the moment. But who derailed the game and started the politics talk? Oh, wait. The Gandhi song. That's a good point, Rick. Are we going to allow in the official rules to have Gandhi having a nomination for the song? Did the song last more than 20 minutes? Who derailed it, though? Gandhi. I think we're going to have to, I think I might have to re-watch the stream and come to a, conclusion about that. Let's be honest, every broadcast is Tommy's stream of consciousness that we nudge along the way. That's right there. I almost called you Rick. You're 100% right there, Gunkle. Like, can you imagine if I didn't have all you lot here, how boring this stream would be? Like, I would like start just going on about something, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, but anyway, I think I'm bored of that now. We spent ages listening to crappy songs, so yes, more than 20 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to add Gandhi to the list then. Gandhi to the list for suggesting we make an AI song about him. There we go. Make Gandhi and Guncle's suggestion have today's date. It was on, was it this Tuesday? No, it was last Tuesday. That Z did his, wasn't it? Right, so many derails. Last Tuesday, so Z's was the 1st of July. 1st of July. Okay, there we go. Here we go, right. Updated nomination list. Suggesting we make an AI song about him causing 20 minutes of nonsense. Yes, that's... Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. To be fair, the suggestion for the song about Gandhi actually came from you, Tom. No, it might have come. I'm not gonna finish that sentence because Wolf Dad might still be here. But Tom on the list. I'm getting to that. Rick. Not me. I'm not on the list. But somebody suggested that we make a list for the chief chaos coordinator. Excuse me. So let's go up. It was Armlin. Armlin is now officially on the list. I'm sorry, Armlin. There's gonna be so many people on the list. Armlin is on list for today for causing me to make list. Or Chief Chaos Coordinator. There we go. Tommy asked us for suggestions to make an AI song about you and is now blaming you for the 2 hours of hot mess. No, Gunkle. Actually, I'm not blaming Gandhi for all of that. Gunkle, you're responsible for the Sycamore Tree. Gandhi is responsible for the song. Armlin is responsible for causing Tom to make the entire Chief Chaos Coordinator award list. You literally have Gandhi as the nominee for suggesting we make a song about him. Yes, he started that. So you could say he derailed the whole stream. You could. But you added to it, Gunkle, by suggesting we talk about the Sycamore Gap Tree. I mean, you could say that. It's your show, boo. I asked a question. And still haven't got the... Oh, yeah, shit, we're still... Oh, shit, we're supposed to be raiding out, aren't we? We need... Right. I just want to... Oh, my God. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I don't know if anybody saw a glimpse of that as I scrolled down. Guess what the name of this park ranger is. Guess. You can't make this up. It's very in tune with the person that suggested this news story. Are you ready? Shall I reveal the answer, or do you want to make a guess? Do you want to make a guess, guys? We do need to raid out very shortly because we're going to raid out to Rick. Oh, they're not sentenced until 15th of July? Okay, you've got your answer then. I found it myself. I already know, so no guessing for me. Go fuck yourself, Tom. Armlin already knows. Gunkle, do you want to make a guess? The name? Particularly the surname. We're looking for a surname. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, for fuck's sake. The park ranger. Yes, exactly. The park ranger. Guess what his name is, Gunkle? Ranger Top. No. Park ranger Gary Pickles was in shock. He's my cousin. Where once had stood arguably England's favourite tree, there was now just air. When the call had come through earlier that morning, Gary thought it was a prank. His working day on 28 September 2023 had barely started when a farmer called his office to report the tree was down. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. I doubted a farmer would be telling us a silly story, so I thought, oh my god, I think this might be true. The team of park rangers were alerted by email. And Gary got in his van to drive to the tree. With every passing minute of the short journey, his anxiety levels increased. Can you imagine? Picture yourself on the way to a chopped down tree that you're in charge of. I need a drink. But they do stand to get up to 10 years maximum, which is kind of wild. Exactly, especially the amount of anxiety that's been caused to Gary Pickles. Should be getting 5 years for that at least. As I got nearer, I've got to do it in his voice. As I got nearer and nearer, I just thought, it's gone. Sorry. He'd arrived at the road adjacent to the tree and had to double take as he saw it for the first time lying on its side. It was completely chopped. I was in shock, said Gary, who was met with a gaping hole in the landscape. Was this news story written exclusively for this stream? At this stage, he presumed the tree had been damaged in Storm Agnes, which had brought strong winds overnight. He presumed it could have been that storm, but no, this wasn't no Mother Earth. This was no act of nature. This was mindless thuggery. When you look and it's gone, it's just, oh my god, he said. It's a landmark. It's a piece of the landscape. Gary needed to investigate further. He parked his van in a nearby car park and rushed on foot to the fallen tree. The sadness he was feeling soon turned to anger and panic, quite rightly so. My tree? Who fucking chopped down my tree? When I got there, I realised it had been chopped down and not blown down. There was a clean cut, so that escalated it up. It escalated my fucking anxiety. Once you realised it's been chopped down, there's going to become a massive worldwide story. The seriousness of the... Oh God, this is a picture of Gary Pickles. It's a picture of Gary Pickles. Picture of Gary Pickles here. This is your cousin, Gunkle. The seriousness of the developing situation quickly became apparent. Gary hastily reported back to Northumberland National Park's headquarters that it appeared that the tree had been cut down deliberately at this stage. There was no time to consider who, or who by, or why. We're almost at the end, guys. I think we're like probably almost 3/4 through the article. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just after 9 o'clock BST, the National Park alerted colleagues at the National Trust, including General Manager Andrew Pode. My personal phone started lighting up. Tommy Raid. My personal phone started lighting up. Messages were coming through on my laptop. Once I realised it was a deliberate act, crisis mode kicked in, said Andrew, whose priority was to personally inform people before they saw it on social media. Can you imagine the outrage if it got to social media before he had informed the rest of the National Trust? There would be all-out chaos. This would cause devastation across the tree preservation community. It was like ringing people up to tell them that someone had passed away. I'm sorry. Am I speaking to Brenda of the National Trust Society? You might have to sit down for this. This is this Gary Pickles here. No, this is Andrew Pode, because I'm the one that's in charge of delivering this news. You got to sit down for this, Brenda. There's no easy way to say this. The Sycamore Gap Tree. I know, Brenda, don't stop me as I'm trying to tell you this. The Sycamore Gap Tree it's no more. These thugs created an act of violence against the Sycamore Gap Tree. It was... I can't even put it into words, Brenda. On the day I was using the expression, it's like losing a loved one, we all went through that grief together. All of us. We went to the pub afterwards and we had a drink for the tree. We had a drink for the tree. I had a feeling I might, Armlin. When you started asking questions about what I specifically wanted to call it, I did have a feeling. There were numerous members of staff in tears. I had to comfort them all. We set up our own support group. We called it the Sycamore Gap Tree Support Group, the SGSG for the SGSG for short. Very, very important. I was the chairman of this group, the SGSG. These are about the tree and poor Gary Pickle. Oh my god. Armland, this is why you're on this list, because we should be raiding out, and you're forcing me to show images of Gary Pickles. Okay, here we go. Gary Pickles there. It's a park ranger with the Sycamore Gap Tree behind him there. You can see the devastation. It doesn't have the tears though, Armland. It doesn't have the tears. So that's there we go. That's the first picture. Oh, God. Oh god, we're gonna have to put these in Guncle's Discord channel, I think. I'm sorry, let me add something. Armland, I was joking. Oh, this is brilliant. Why is there what is that, a paintbrush? Brilliant. I can't decide which one is best. I mean, I love this one because it has the Gary outfit. It's more like a pickle. This one looks like somebody dressed up as a pickle, like a mascot. Maybe that's how he goes to work. There we go. Anyway, we need to finish this article because Rick's waiting for us to fill him in. Viral photographs shared on social media showed the tree on its side as the PR teams at the National Park and National Trust frantically collaborated on an official response. It gets worse. It gets fucking worse. We should have had a whole stream dedicated to this tree, guys. I think we're being very, very insensitive. Within the hour, it was global effectively, Andrew said. The tree was felled in the early morning of 28 September 2023. And here's one of the images of the tree. It was chopped. It damaged the wall. You can see where it damaged the wall there. They've got police cordon all around it. I wonder, did they recover the chainsaw? That's what I want to know. Shortly before 11 o'clock, a statement from the organisations confirmed the tree had been cut down. At around midday, Northumbria police announced it was being treated as a deliberate act of vandalism. They won't get away with this, guys. They won't get away. Local journalists were already carrying out interviews at the scene before reporters from around the world turned the grassy mound opposite the stump into a sea of camera tripods. And it is the largest press story the National Trust has ever dealt with, Andrew said. We set up our own press team for the Sycamore Gap Tree. There was Simon. He was responsible for the press. Then there was Gary. Gary is our park ranger, so he was also responsible for informing the CEO. Okay, I'm going to stop derailing now because I need to keep going. It was one of the things that surprised us. The sheer scale of the global reach of the interest really took us back a bit. The usual calming sound of the vast countryside was drowned out by the clicks of cameras and the engines of broadcast trucks. We knew it was popular, but we didn't know how popular, Andrew said. Okay, you added the tears. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Blood, are you trying to kill me here? Okay, that's the first. Oh my god, this one. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus Christ. And then we got like cartoon ones. Oh my god, this one's cute. Anyway. Anyway. This is Andrew Pode, the National Trust CEO, I think it is. He was the one that he had to let everyone know. He had to break the news to everybody. The international interest also surprised Gary. My sister lives in France. My brother is in America. And by dinner time, they'd both rung me. So it was global news at such a fast rate. Senior management from the National Park and the National Trust spent the afternoon at the fallen tree speaking to the crowds of emotional walkers and journalists. Reporters gathered shocking footage of the trunk draped over a now damaged Hadrian's Wall. Reporters gathered shocking footage of the trunk draped over a now damaged Hadrian's Wall. Okay, this is getting more and more ridiculous now. This is getting more and more ridiculous. Oh my god, they've put a fence around the fucking tree. I want Sycamore Gap Tree. I want some video footage of people getting emotional. I want to see some real tears. America's React, Sycamore Gap Tree. Here we go. Right, let's turn the music off. This is... Oh my god, she's crying. She's crying. Yeah. Oh, you can't see her crying. You can't see her crying. Wait, you can't see her crying because my camera's in the way. Hang on. We need to replay that bit. You can see the tears in her eyes. Oh, shit. I turned it off, didn't I? I turned it off. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Right. Let's start that again then. Here we go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out an update on the Sycamore Gap Tree, the moronic mission, which obviously that's what it was.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of comments lately, people saying there's been an update in the case that's been going on.
The guys got caught, I believe, and I think we're going to see some about that here.
I didn't, you originally, what was it? You checked out Hadrian's Wall or something before I came on the channel, and you told me about this tree. That's how special it is or was.
Yeah.
And I never actually saw it.
No, but beyond that, I also, once it got chopped down, I actually looked into it and really started to understand what the tree meant to so many people, not just in the UK, but people who had visited from around the world to the UK and had came across that tree. And as you'll see, actually, we have a magnet on the fridge right now.
Oh my God!
And so you have seen the tree.
I want to see the magnet on the fridge.
But
I want to see the magnet on the fridge.
Seen anything about it, which hopefully, and I believe this will probably go into a little bit about it. How could it not? At least explain a little bit about what the tree is.
Is this a reaction video?
It is to me. It's like it's just a senseless thing that took the joy from that area, and you know, like people got married under that tree. Imagine how many people probably have picnics under that tree, and just it's just senseless. And I see these two jokers, and I'm like,
these jokers.
What the hell were you thinking?
Why did you do that?
Really?
These two jokers.
Makes no sense. It's disgusting. Like disgusting. Like okay. Anyway, let's continue.
Oh, it's hard to find words for it, really. It just I've known
this
it
is
all my
Andrew
life
Pode,
and worked with it most of my working career, and it was it's quite upsetting to see, really.
Why? That's what I want to know, why. Just to try and make sense of it.
What was the purpose of felling a tree? A beautiful tree that everybody loved.
This is the story of what prosecutors called the moronic mission to fell this iconic tree, shocking the world and devastating.
Imagine how many babies were conceived under that tree. But in all honesty, I think most of us have something we're passionate about. If they happen to be passionate about tree preservation, good for them. I mean, yes. It's not... We can take the piss all we like. And yes, I will continue to take the piss out of this because it's so funny. But yeah, people do have passions. Like, I don't think it's bad they have a passion for it. They can have that passion. But it's so funny.
Those who loved it.
The only thing
I can't watch it anymore
is these two didn't get enough attention growing up, and they wanted to be famous or get attention, and well, they got it.
Right, like you can't find another tree to cut down for firewood, for example. Like
that's what they did it for?
No, I don't know why they did it. No, what I'm saying is like that's what I'm saying. There's no reasonable excuse for that. And because there's no reasonable excuse, I'm going to be very interested to see what the punishment is ultimately going to be for something like this, because it is absolutely ridiculous, uncalled for. I mean, like, it's just I don't even have words to really express what I feel about someone who would do something like this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just disgusting beyond. I mean,
selfish.
It is very selfish, extremely selfish. All the people who loved this tree and everything that it stood for and meant to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's...
The first time I ever went up, I went up by myself.
Had nothing to say
to my
questions.
They're the thugs.
Do you understand why people are so upset about what happened to this tree?
Who's the guy on the scooter trying to like protect him?
Adam Carruthers using an e-scooter to get away from as he could.
Oh my God. This is just... I can't anymore. Right. Who's this? Oh, here's the Northumbrian police.
The actions of those individuals. At no point have the two men given an explanation as to why they targeted the tree, and there never could be a justifiable one.
Oh, we've got footage of the tree being...
The men who felled the tree and shocked the world, warned by a judge that they could both face a substantial time behind bars.
They should.
They should. The tree goes down.
You wouldn't believe that the tree was there.
It's so barren now.
Yeah, no.
It's just so empty without that tree. That one single tree.
The memories of that moment for them are going to be tainted in a way now.
Yeah, I can't watch anymore, guys.
You've been up here much before?
I can't watch anymore.
We came every year since our engagement.
I can't watch anymore.
I can totally get why you got engaged now.
We came with emotion there, seeing it for the first time since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me. I can't watch anymore, guys. It's just too emotional. It's too emotional. Thank you, Armland. Thank you for your supportive words. We're gonna raid out to Rick now. Hopefully Armland's like, fucking hell, can we just raid already? Hopefully Rick and his community will be able to understand the grief that we are going through. Thoughts on the new Third American Party? Gandhi, are you just trying to get on that list again? Is that what you're trying to do? Now, everybody, we're gonna. This is what we're gonna do. Hang on, bear with me, guys. We are in honor of the Sycamore Gap Tree. We are changing our raid message for one stream only. This is a very unusual event, guys. For one stream only, we are changing our raid message in honor of such a brilliant tree. That is our raid message. That we're going to raid Rick with. Okay, so there we go. I love you guys so much. Have a good evening, and rest in peace, Sycamore Gap Tree. Rest in peace, R.I.P. I'll be back Saturday with, I promise we'll be playing games all day. Not all day, all stream. I would never ask a question here again. It would be funny if it was Gape Tree. I mean, it would. See you on Saturday. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
They're a UK gamer with coffee in hand, streaming from their PC with no set plan. From cozy farm